Good morning and welcome to Saturday Morning Momentum. I believe this is episode 15, which is amazing to me. I like all those little milestone episodes we get to. Not that we do anything any different on those episodes, but I just think it's fun. It's like we're like making progress. That's how I feel about it. But anyway, welcome to everyone to our Saturday Morning Momentum, where we are trying to work on projects, aims, goals, whatever it is that you set for yourself this year. And within that 2-hour live stream that we are having today, you get a power hour. So you have 1 hour, hopefully, of uninterrupted time where you can really tackle whatever it is, or just have focus time, because sometimes we just need to have the time to focus and plan out whatever the strategy is that we're trying to do. And welcome to anyone who is new. I'm Kat of Kat's Novel Adventures, and I'm interested in a lot of things, but I talk mainly about reading and personal growth and personal development on my channel. And introduce yourselves in the chat because we would like to know who you are and what you're getting up to. I promise we are a friendly, supportive group. And for anyone watching on replay, thank you. Let us know what you got up to during your power hour as well. And I am being joined by two amazing members of our A-team. Jen and Liz both have family and friend priorities today. But, I'm here with the lovely Laurie and Lee. I love the alliteration. What are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I did a video about it, so if people watch my channel, they know I had a really kind of rocky start to the week, but I'm feeling better today, and I'm just, I love books. I read a lot this week, which was nice, and I'm rooting for my cubbies because they're doing pretty well. I shouldn't probably say it out loud because I'll jinx it, but yeah, I'm loving baseball season, and I'm loving just the ability to say no to a lot of things just to prioritize my own health. So that was my week.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you, Lee?
I had a little bit of a rough week health-wise, but I am back fully trying to focus on my personal curriculum.
Good.
And namely the Count of Monte Cristo.
Ooh, yes.
Which, I broke 100 pages, and in a 1,500-page book, that was a lot.
It's a lot.
We'll see. I'm going to focus on that this week. So,
yay! Yeah, my week didn't go necessarily as I planned, and I had to be a slug a couple of days. I got a stomach bug from the sprinkle. Who knew?
It's so weird that we all had a little bit of a rough week.
Well, that's what we're saying. So I was a little bit out of commission, and Liz, of course, says embrace the slug life, embrace it. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of hard. My personality, it's hard to do that. Although I would tell everybody else to do that as well. But I didn't hit all of my intentions this week, so I have to just kind of reframe how I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do, and just have to let things go. I mean, it is what it is. I can't, do much about it. But I mean, I did hit on some of them, and I do get some gold stars. But I'm proud of myself, honestly. I told this to Alex on her sprints because she always wants to know what you're proud of, what you accomplished. And I put in there that I was proud of practicing self-care. Because I really did need to take care of myself for that, because, when you don't, you set yourself back even further, by trying to push through sometimes. I mean, you ladies know.
I have done that multiple times.
Yeah. But anyway, it's going to hopefully be a better week next week. Each day gets better, right?
It's true. And one of my intentions was to win the lottery grand prize, and it didn't happen last week, but I have hopes it's going to happen this week.
I hope so. I really do.
You just said that before, Kat, about, like you try to break through it. And that reminded me at work, me and one of the girls, we were like, we're only going to make one trip upstairs because we don't want to. So our arms are filled with all this stuff. So she tripped on the stairs. She knocked into me. I knocked all the stuff. So now we have to go back, get all the stuff again, and clean up the mess that we made. So it was like, trying to, do what we shouldn't have done. And now we have twice as much work to do.
Right. Right. Because if you would have made,
Yeah.
a couple of more trips, it wouldn't have been, now you're going to spend way more time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of those things like I sometimes sit here and ask myself, when are you going to learn? When are you going to learn? It's sort of like me going to bed late last night. It's like, when are you going to learn? You know that you have to get up early in the morning, because I find sometimes when you go to bed and you have to do something the next day, that's when crazy stuff happens, like bad weather, or you have a reflux episode, I'm just like, of course it's going to happen, because I decided to dilly dally, whatever. But I don't, what it is I remember Oprah a long time ago on her show was saying, when the universe is trying to tell you something, you do get signs, but you ignore them. And
You have to listen.
the universe will throw like a pebble at you first, and you ignore it. And then you might get a bigger rock and you just, ignore that as well. You literally have to have the boulder fall on you, where you are stuck in place before you realize that, something has to change. And you're really the only person that can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. I don't know when that's going to happen, that aha moment of, just buckle down and do what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
So Swank is here. Howdy, everybody. Happy Indie Bookstore Day. Happy World Penguin Day. Happy Manny Petty Day. And happy birthday, Eeyore. Yay.
Yay.
I did not realize it was the Indie Book Day today. Not that I would have been able to go, but I did go to the grand opening of that new store.
Oh, good.
So I did go yesterday, and I did purchase a book. I finally bought Fahrenheit 451. Jacqueline, who's a part of our community, Jacqueline, Laurie, probably.
Yeah. And I've read that book too.
And I know you might know Jacqueline as well.
Yeah.
Teacher, and she recommended it to me early on when she started coming on my channel, and she teaches it for high school. She always teaches it at a specific time. So I want to make her proud, because I never had to read that for required reading.
Right.
So I picked that one up. I'm like, I want to purchase something I really want to read, not just for the sake of purchasing something.
Yes. Yeah.
And Jen is here. Morning all. Been up and started for the last 2 hours. Have my to-do list. Already had 2 cups of coffee and ready to go. You are amazing. I haven't
Only 2?
I haven't even made my breakfast smoothie yet, y'all. Oh, girl.
Yeah.
And then hello, Allie. I will be reading Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, trying to finish it today and get some housework done before work. Yeah, Allie's been working on Pride and Prejudice for quite a bit, chipping away at it. So very good. Finish it today. And Swank is telling everybody good morning. Alicia's here. Good morning. Glad to see you, Alicia. Morning to Alicia, and good morning to Jen, Swank, and Allie. And I have a long list for today. Don't we all, Alicia? What drives me crazy about a list is, I don't know how you are about it, ladies, but I handwrite my list out. I still do that. And I hate when I don't make progress on my list. Say I have 10 things on my list and I only get to 2. I hate that the next day I have to do 8. So I tried one time, like have to rewrite that on top of whatever else. So I have tried to paperclip it behind me, and I'll make a note, see whatever list. It's not very effective for me, I will tell you. I have to end up rewriting everything again. And I've also started highlighting the priorities for the day. So that way, things that have been on my list, I knock off. I would also like to try to do a master list, but that falls by the wayside too. And I don't know. I got to figure that out. It does frustrate me when I cannot get everything done on my list and it has to carry over for like 5 days. More mornings here. Look, our friend Michelle is here. Good morning, Michelle. Good to see you. It's been a little bit. Hope you've been well. Kathy's here. Just wanted to say good morning to everyone. Not feeling well. Allergies going to go back to bed. Didn't sleep well. Have a good day, all. So it is out there. Something is out there. Yeah. Well, hope you feel better. Thank you for popping in so that it doesn't take up your whole weekend. And have more highs. And Alexis is here. Good morning. Oh no, I am so sorry. I hope you're feeling better. Allergies are the worst. They can be for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially when they affect your eyes and your, nasal area.
Mm-hmm.
And feel better, Kathy. And hi to Alexis. And here is Laurie's newest video. Thank you, Alicia.
You're so sweet, Alicia. Oh, gosh, yeah. I need to hire her for my keeping me accountable.
I tell her all the time. I'm like, if I could pay you,
I know exactly. I want to pay her for all this. Yeah,
because she has skills. She has skills. She's quick draw McGraw on the keyboard. I'm gonna tell you, it really is. And thank you. From Kathy. And good morning, Jellicle. It's good to be back. I know we've missed you. I've been on birthday vacation and a friend was visiting, so I've missed a lot of power hours this month. Well, I'm glad that it's for a good reason, though.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, birthdays are important. Visiting friends, very important. I hope your mom's doing well, Jellicle. Yeah. And I'm glad to see you.
Yes.
So thank you to Swain. And Holly's here. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you. Yeah, I am feeling better. I think my digestive tract is just all wonky and messed up. I didn't eat late. We had hamburgers, so I don't know what triggered it, but I haven't been eating as much. I don't know if it's like a fear thing because of, having the stomach bug, but I don't know. I need to stop thinking about it and just get back onto my routine and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
So here's Lee's newest video. Yes, for anyone that doesn't know, Lee is also running a readathon. Do you want to talk about your readathon real quick?
Yeah, next month I am co-hosting Middle Grade May. I know they do one in March, but I'm also in like a cozy mystery group, and that's what they do in March. So we do a middle grade in May. Okay. And we are doing sort of you can do it however you want. You can read whatever you want, but we are doing like a campfires and compasses, adventures, outdoor type of theme for it. So,
ooh.
Yeah. And the prompts are really flexible.
Yeah.
I mean, so I, as people know, I host Zombie-thon, and you can read middle grade zombie books or zombie adjacent books and fit the prompts. So I have picked some out. I'm hoping that's going to be one of my intentions, again, is to try to film this pop video. So hopefully it'll get done this week. And Michelle said, happy Indie Bookstore Day. Is anyone going shopping? I shouldn't, but may go. Got to support the indie bookstores. Yeah. I went yesterday, and I have plans with Kelsey today. So I won't be doing it today, but hopefully a lot of people will go out and support those indies. Yeah. And then Michelle said, I'm working on my BookTube prize reads. I've got 2 left to read, and I'm also planning videos for May. Nice. Sounds good. So let's get into what our intentions are for Power Hour. What do you plan on doing for today, Laurie?
Well, since I did not get to do a whole lot this week, but lay around and sleep and be miserable. I mean, that's not true. I got up and did some things on Wednesday, but since that happened, I did not get any cleaning really done. I tidied and did, the things you have to do, but I didn't vacuum and all that. So yes, it's cleaning day for me, and I don't love that, but I also do love it when it's done. So I have to remember that.
Yes. Yes. And Lee, how about you?
I have a small list. I'm going to reply to comments in my last 2 or 3 videos. I apologize that I haven't gotten to that. I'm going to check in on 2 friends that have recently had surgery. So I just want to make sure they're doing okay. So I'm going to send them some text and do some of my shoulder PT, because I've been letting that go, and it's rainy here today, and I could feel like the achiness from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, they must have fixed the glitch. I don't know if you knew that there was a glitch with the comments where, you would see people in the thing.
Yes.
Well, on YouTube Studio, they had a note in my YouTube Studio saying that they were aware of the glitch and that they were going to be working on it and fixing it. That was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, and once you said it, I saw that it was happening, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't see these comments, but I see the amount of comments.
It was weird because, like, you know how when you get your notifications, you can see in your little bell notification thing, you can see part of a message, but you couldn't see the whole thing.
Yeah.
So when I really noticed it was when I went to Tiffany's comment and I clicked on it and it didn't go anywhere. It was like there was nothing there. And I was like, well, this is weird. And then after a couple of days, the comment totally disappeared. And same thing, I could see that you had commented, Lee, on something. And then when I went back, I couldn't find it. I was like, this is just weird. So apparently it was a glitch and it wasn't me, the only one happening to. So I was like, well, as long as it's not just me.
Yeah. Right.
You know, that they are aware of it. But
or Travis, I don't know if he's here today. I didn't see him, but Travis is having all kinds of tech issues. I feel so bad for him. I want to go over there and say, what can I do for you?
Yeah, he was having problems on Wednesday. He really was. He really was. And Patrice is here. Hello, Patrice. Feel better to everyone. I've been productive watching you lovely ladies with my coffee and muffin.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I plan on, yesterday I was working on my pile of possibilities for Zombie-thon and went to the bookstore and Target and did some stuff yesterday. My dad is up here again this weekend visiting. So I need to plan. Normally I try to plan on Friday mornings. So I'm planning on, I need to do that, need to make my to-do list for today, and I need to update my goals journal, see where I'm at exercise wise, because, you know, I'm trying to get my body thing. So I'm hoping I can at least finish the program, even though I'm going to have to combine. The only one silver lining is that next week was what they call up week. So you only have 2 like designated workouts. And then I usually will do a DVD or just walk or whatever on those other days. So I'm hoping that at least I can finish it out this week. So that's what I'm planning on doing for intentions. My town just got an indie bookstore and the grand opening is today. I'm so excited to go and check it out. Well, our Hammond got an indie bookstore as well. And they've been doing their grand opening Thursday through Sunday. So yeah.
Wonderful.
And then Alexa said, I plan on going to one of my favorite indie bookstores near me today. They are doing a really fun bag event.
Oh, good. I think I'm going to do that too today, if I can.
And then congrats, and then howdy to Alexis. And then ours are doing a bingo board. I went to one used bookstore yesterday. Yeah, the only thing they had, I don't know if they'll have different things today because it is indie bookstore day. I'm sure they know, but if they don't, I don't know what to say. But anyway, they had a spinner wheel. So if you followed them on any kind of social media, you got to spin a wheel. And I want a bookmark, like a magnetic bookmark. So I got one that says I love cats. Jacqueline, you're here. I know, it's all because of you. When I kept looking at the shelves, they had Ellen Byron in there. They had her new book in there, and they had the vintage cookbook. They had the first one and the third one. And I'm like, well, if you would have had the second one, I would have purchased that. I didn't want to buy the third one without having the second one.
Well, I have the second one if you just want to borrow it next time we're close to each other.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's a bummer. So then I'm looking the shelves and I'm looking and I'm like, these are kind of good, but it's like, I really don't need this, blah, blah, blah. So then when I made my way to the shelf and I saw it, I said, I'm going to make Jacqueline proud. I'm going to get my copy of Fahrenheit 451 and I'm going to read it. The book starts off in fall. So it mentions October. So I think I'm going to wait and read it in October since it is a seasonal book. And that's around when I teach it. That's right.
I love it.
Yeah. So I'm so glad you're here, Jacqueline, so I can make you proud.
I'm so glad you're teaching that book and making it fresh for this generation because that's very important.
I'm telling you, it's so weird. I guess it just, and I know how I was as a teacher. I mean, the teachers get to decide what they're teaching their kids when it comes to what kind of books they're reading. So totally get it. But I feel like there's a bunch of classics and things I missed out on because they picked other stuff other stuff was great. It was wonderful. But I even asked my husband, I'm like, did you read this book? And he's like, I've heard of it, but no, I've never read it. And same thing, he read Lord of the Flies. And that was a book that he remembered from high school and really liking. And
Yeah.
even though it's a tough read, I never had to read that either. I ended up reading it as an adult, later on,
Yeah.
thinking, I don't know if I could ever read this book again. Not that it was a bad book as far as written, but
Writing. Right.
it's tough. And I don't know if I could, I think there's a movie adaptation. I don't know if I could watch it just because it's children involved in these. And it's a little bit different than like a Hunger Games scenario, if that makes any sense. I can put kids in peril depending on what the type of peril is.
Right. Yeah. That does make sense. Yeah.
Allie says, I'm 71% complete, so I should finally be done. I hope so. Sweet Kaylin's here. Hello, Kaylin. Kaylin and I were texting yesterday, and Laurie, she might be making a trip to New Orleans in
my God.
And she talked about possibly maybe us like connecting. So I told her, please let us know ahead of time.
Yes.
We can kind of do a little meet and greet and nice highs. And Alexa said, I handwrite my list. I have evolved to a rolling weekly. A rolling weekly, like just it rolls over weekly. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And then Kaylin says, I'm making a Lego house this morning. It's fun. Ooh.
That is fun.
Fun. Highs to Kaylin. And then hello and good morning to all from Jacqueline. I love my brain dump notebook, Cultivate What Matters, for my to-do list as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That sounds like a great idea. I've never heard of that, Alexis.
I've seen that one. Who made that one? I'm trying to think. She'll tell us. Alexis will tell us.
Yeah, Alexis, tell us where that idea came from.
I think
Alicia says, I've already had coffee, breakfast, and started a load of kid laundry. Gold star already. And hope y'all are well. Y'all are well. Lori, hope you feeling better, my friend.
Thank you, I am.
And then Alicia said, so far my list for today is 20 items. Challenge is to see what I can get done for Power Hour. Excellent. Yeah, Laura Vanderkam talks about not making a huge to-do list. Like, want to make a long to-do list, but like daily list. And, I did it, and I know I mentioned this. I did it like that. I had a master list, and I had dates next to it when I taught. And I would like put padding. So like, say, for example, I had to have, a test copied. I would make it for one date, knowing that if something happened to the copy machine or whatever, I still had a day, to do it, or if I didn't finish creating the test or whatever. So Kaylin's like, anyone not feeling better? Well, wishes to you. Jacqueline said, right now we're just past halfway through reading Capote's In Cold Blood, true crime in 1999 that happened about an hour's drive from where we live. My sophomores are locked in. Yeah, and Andrew had to read In Cold Blood when he was in high school, and that's when I read it. I had a copy of it that I had gotten, but had never read it. I always like to read what my boys were reading, just in case they needed help with writing a paper or if they wanted to talk about it. Like, I didn't want to be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
Only one time I could not read this book. It was a philosophy book. I wanted to kick Andrew to the moon. He decided to be funny for his AP. It was an AP class, and it was like nonfiction kind of lit kind of stuff. He decided, I'm going to do a book on philosophy. I'm interested in that, and I'm going to read it by David Hume. It's this famous book by David Hume about philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, I'm going to read this book. It's not really what I want to read, but I'm going to read it because somehow I don't know if this is going to end well. So, and he was going to have to write a paper and stuff about this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I felt like the dumbest person on the planet. I'm like, Andrew, do you even understand what's going on here? Well, some of it. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to write a paper on this. So you better like figure out what you understand. Mm-hmm. And piecemeal that together and he's a very good writer. Andrew's a very good writer. Mm-hmm. And there would be glimmers. Like literally I'd read a sentence and I'm like, I understand what that means. Oh my gosh. And so I'd be so incredibly proud of myself that it was like, Andrew, I understand what this means. And as soon as it would come to you, then he would continue writing, and then I would lose everything. I'm like, I never want to read philosophy ever again. But I will tell you, I did read Michael Shore's How Not to Be Perfect. He was the writer, the creator of It's a Good Place, The Good Place.
Yeah.
And that one was a little bit easier to digest because it was really for people who need somebody to kind of explain it.
Well, and I think we shouldn't be sad about that because, or upset about that for ourselves, because I was going to read Les Miserables last year. I was going to read a chapter a day, and I was going to get through it. And I have the giant one. I didn't do the smaller, condensed one. But I didn't. I just was like, this is too much work for me, and I think that's part of it. Like, I just don't want to have to think this carefully about every word and every sentence structure and what he's talking about. I was just like, maybe later, but now is not. It's not the time for me.
Well, it convinced me that philosophy was definitely not anything I would ever study ever.
Yeah.
Life.
But I love the movie Les Miserables, so there you go. I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Kaylin said, I watched your May release video.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
And I didn't know about middle grade May. I have a something middle grade read that would be great for this. I don't know what NG means.
I'm not sure.
So ready for Zombie-thon. Woot woot.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're participating.
I need a new book.
Jellicle said, I only got to read one middle grade book in March, so I'm excited to try again in May. Love the theme and prompts, Lee. Yeah, I'm glad that they do middle grade May also, because even though I'm reading zombie books, it helps me find some zombie literature in the middle grade realm, because some people want to participate in Zombie-thon, but they don't want super scary stuff or super gory stuff. So I like that. And then I have to split my time in March between middle grade March and March Mystery Madness. So it's nice to have an extra month. And Jacqueline, that's cool. And my intentions for Power Hour is to complete as much of my to-do list of 20 items as I can get done. I'm aiming for at least 8+ to complete. Well, I don't know what's on your list. I think that's doable. I'll take your word for it because you are a little Energizer bunny. Trust that you'll get it. Alexis loves 451 and would love the meet and greet. I know you would, because we talked about it once before. She was supposed to try to come like in April or May of one year. Jellicle says, for Power Hour, I'm walking the dog, and then I'm going to go to the farmer's market and bookstore. I might be back for the wrap-up, but if not, hope everyone has a lovely weekend and feels better.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you very much, Jellicle, and enjoy your adventures.
Yes.
I'll be doing my morning momentum reading tracker update routine. Excellent. Right. Shannon's here. Woot woot. I'm glad you're here. Did you party all night long with your launch?
New book.
Yeah, and she had a beautiful cake that her husband got for her. Thank you so much for making friends with the like button, and congratulations again on your book.
Yeah.
Alicia here with Cultivate What Matters website. So I'm
Thank you, Alicia.
Cultivate. I'm just going to write that word down, and then I'm going to check in my phone on the link. I love that you read what they read, Kat. Such a good idea. I thought it in Cold Blood was so well done. It was very, it kept me very interested until the end. It was such an interesting case. And it's also interesting to know that Truman Capote was friends with Harper Lee. I don't know if people know that.
Yeah. And there are a lot of people that have said, I mean, speculating, I guess, but I don't know that there's any evidence that he wrote To Kill a Mockingbird.
And really?
I don't think that's true. But
I don't think so either. But also, too, I read somewhere that the character Dill was based on Truman Capote.
Yes, yeah.
So I read that somewhere. Caitlin said, I had a hard time getting into In Cold Blood. I appreciate for being like the first novelized or narrative true crime, but I was bored. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And you're right. From Alicia, and working on expanding a short story that came out in the anthology into a novella length to give away as a reader magnet. Short story called The Ember Bride, but I'll change it for the longer work. I've already nearly doubled the original story.
Wonderful.
She's on fire. I'm
Yes,
telling
she
you, with her
is.
writing, she is on fire. And if you need anyone to help you navigate the world of self-publishing, Shannon she's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. NG equals Nate Galley. Okay, yeah, I couldn't think of that.
I know that, but I never remember it.
Alexis. One of my daily learning books is 365 Days of Philosophy. It's quite interesting.
Oh, well, there you go.
Swank schools today are do morning pages and daily learning books.
Good.
And then no, I went to bed early after a slice of cake, partying for book release. And I sent my to-do list to you, Kat, on IG. Ooh,
Oh,
excited because I'm excited to see what you get done.
yeah.
Shannon said, I rarely go on to social media, but posting as an author should do. Saw you had a post of Dragonology, Kat. I love the book and just got Piratology. I have that one too. I have a couple of ologies in my. I think I have a vampireology one too, and a monster one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I like all those books. I think they're
Yeah,
fun.
good.
And Laurie sent you pics of my foster dog Unboxer.
Oh, wonderful. I'll look right away.
And Kat said my cat curriculum also said Dill was based on Capote. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, sometimes I'll read things or hear things, and then I'm like, did I make that up, or did I really read that or hear that?
Yeah, and Jacqueline, what do you think about the thought that he might have written part of her novel? I think that's craziness, but you tell me.
I know. I hate when things like that come out because you're like, who's putting it out there? You know?
Yeah, and this was a while ago that it happened, so way before AI has taken its, journey into our lives every single minute of the day, it feels like. But, so it was a person that started it, whereas now it's, a bot. But
It's crazy.
it is
And hi
crazy.
to Shannon from Swank, and going to work on one of my assignments this power hour and laundry. Very
All
good.
right.
She already has gold stars for being up for 2 hours
I'm
doing
telling you,
stuff.
she is
Yeah.
she's a really
But you know what?
dedicated.
I think Jen is gotten the energy because she was sick during her spring
Yeah.
break. Probably like catch-up mode trying to get that done. All that stuff.
Also, teachers, from me, in my experience, are the most effective, most efficient, most diligent people I've ever known in my whole life, which is why I'm not a teacher, probably.
Well, you have to because they bombard you with so much. You can never get behind.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, if you get
Exactly
behind just
true.
even by a day, it's like miserable.
Yeah.
And Michelle, I respect people who foster. Emotionally, I couldn't do it because I want to keep them. That's how I
Yeah.
am. It's very, very
Well,
difficult. Lori knows because Lori fosters.
I do, but I also love giving them to their new families or seeing. We have a guy that takes them on a trip every time up to the Northeast, and he sends us all pictures of their dogs with their new parents, and their parents cry, and the dogs are just so. I mean, it's just the best feeling. I'm getting chills just telling you about it. So I have to remember that when we take them and we have to say goodbye and we're crying. I'm not gonna lie, it's emotional every time, but it's in their best interests, So.
Sure.
And so Jacqueline's saying, I don't think Capote wrote Mockingbird. No way. Maybe Capote gave Lee notes on her draft since they were friends,
Maybe,
and
since
that
they
could
were
be how
friends,
the
yes.
conspiracy started.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't
either.
imagine. I haven't read anything else by Truman Capote. Couldn't even tell you what he wrote besides In Cold Blood. I know
Yeah.
that there was a period of time where there was some jealousy between the two of them. I think
Yeah.
more so on Capote's part because Harper Lee's novel, I mean, which was a blessing and a curse,
Yes,
honestly,
exactly.
because it really stunted her as a writer. I think it really caused her not to be able to write anything else.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite books, and it is like PBS, I think, picked that. One year PBS did this list of the greatest 100 books or whatever, and you could go in and vote like who's people's favorite, and it got down to the wire between To Kill a Mockingbird and Outlander. And
Really?
yes, isn't that the one by Diana Barty?
Yeah.
Now, I haven't read Outlander, but that's what it got down to between them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want anything. I mean, nothing against this lady, but if this book beats out To Kill a Mockingbird, what does it say about us as readers? And of course, To Kill a Mockingbird won. So I was like, woo, thank
All is
you.
right with the world.
Yes, all is right with the world. And then to Laura, I'll be honest, I'm not at all put together. They say women with ADHD tend to pick careers that they need skills they struggle with. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
But you're fantastic. So you
Yeah.
need to give yourself some credit and some grace, Jen. And Swank says, plus I'm a cat person, one at a time like a boy. My boys
I'm
say.
one of those too. Yeah, yeah.
Michelle said, I hear that a lot, but if I keep my foster, I can't foster another. Our shelters
That's
in
right.
Atlanta are so overwhelmed with dogs that I can't not help. It's hard but worth it to see them when they go to a fabulous home.
Yeah, that's the truth too.
Yeah.
I can't have 25 well, I mean, Lisa would have 25 dogs,
The only
but
way you can do that, Lori, is when you win that lottery. So
right. You build a whole shelter then for
Yeah.
dogs and cats. Yes, exactly.
and then Michelle said, oh yeah, my cat is in charge and foster have to respect that.
Yes, indeed true. Yeah, we had a little rift between Agnes and the cat Sheldon yesterday, and that doesn't happen very often, but I guess one of them was in a mood and but they neither of them, they just kept on standing at each other and I was like, "Oh, this is not going to happen today. Not on my watch." But yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a very stimulating conversation this morning. Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. Love it. And we are going to get into our power hour. So let's change that.
Yay, cleaning. Yay, cleaning. I'm
Well,
going to listen
I'm
to an
also hungry,
audiobook.
so I'm like getting ready to go make my smoothie. So I'm excited
Yeah.
about that.
I'm going to read I'm listening to an audiobook while I clean. That's the goal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, our clock has started.
All right.
So happy power hour, everyone. Welcome back. I felt like that power hour had like ebbs and flows. Like there was a moment where it seemed like it was going so long, and I'm like, oh gosh, I have so much time. And then it was like, oh my gosh, I only have like 7 minutes left. I guess I was trying to get into my flow. So how'd you do, Laurie?
uh, I got almost everything vacuumed in the like living room, kitchen, hallway, front hallway area, the like main living area, I guess. Except for like this small patch of the rug in there. And so I had to recharge my battery on my little vacuum cleaner and I'll finish it later. But it's driving me nuts, I have to say, because it's just this little bit and it's not done. But
Well, and it's one of those things, I don't know if this happens to you, like you have it and you want to get it done because it's a small thing, right?
yeah.
And it could be
Hmm.
taken care of in like seconds. And then other things get in the way, and then it seems like you don't ever get to that patch.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And I did step into the laundry room for a minute because there's often cat litter, little here's sprinkles of it here and there on the floor. So I probably took the minutes I needed for the rug and used them for that, which is also fine. It's ridiculous, right? But I don't love vacuuming. Even though I have a cat, I'm allergic to cats, and I don't think I'm allergic to him. I think I'm just allergic to when all that fur builds up. So I
Yes.
started sneezing and I have Kleenexes galore and yeah, so but I'm fine. I'm good. I feel good
Yeah.
about
I had a sneezing attack myself, and I'm like, what is going on? It's like,
it. I don't
and it
know.
was like 5
Yeah,
sneezes, like in like hard 5 sneezes. So now
yeah.
it's like I feel like, well, maybe whatever it was, but I have to vacuum. I don't enjoy it either, but I have to vacuum pretty regularly because the dogs.
Yeah. I mean the dogs and the cat. Yeah. Yeah.
And what's crazy too is our vacuum cleaner is a Dyson, and for some reason, I guess the air comes out of it like when you're vacuuming. And sometimes I'll find a big, huge fur ball somewhere, and I'm like, where it must have been stuck somewhere. And somehow, when the
Yeah.
wind or whatever was happening, it flung out of wherever it was at. And I'm like, okay, I just vacuum. Where did this thing come from?
Mm-hmm. I get the yeah. I have the one that has a little roller. If you turn it on, it rolls and deep cleans and gets all that up. But if you don't empty it right away, I guess, or I don't know when right away is always. Then I all of a sudden get these tufts of big clumps of fur on the
Yes.
carpet. So then I have to stop and I have to roll the roller and pull out.
Yep.
It's
Well, I'm
nuts.
pretty sad about my vacuum right now. I need to get something. I need to figure out how either I can open it up or I need to have something that can get because a lot of hair and stuff wrapped
Yeah,
around,
it
so it's
wraps
not
inside there.
rolling.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
like that one because it's my one with the laser on it. So I can vacuum in the dark. And I like that. I know that's weird, but I like it because when the light's on, you can't see all the dust particles and everything. But when
Right.
it's dark, I mean, it's gross, but it's satisfying, like to
Yeah,
like that.
you're getting it deep cleaned. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I
I
love
haven't
it.
been able to use that one until I have to fix it. How did you do, Lee?
I did pretty good. I got my comments done. I messaged my friends, and I have 2 exercises left to do in the PT, but I got the rest of them done. So
Very
Good.
nice. Very, very nice. I did make progress in my stuff. If I do a workout like today through Thursday, I will have finished my block 3. And then I can start thinking about what I want to do for the following week for May. But since May is May 1st and 2nd, if for some reason I don't and it bleeds into like next Friday and Saturday, it's okay. I'm not going to start a new block this week,
yeah.
even if it's the 1st of May or whatever. So anyway, I have 5 workouts to do to finish that block. And so I'm okay with that. I updated and didn't finish my week ahead, but I at least got the things that I normally do each week on the calendar. So I think once Zombie-thon is finished with, then I kind of can breathe a little bit, like finish all the planning and all that kind of stuff. And then I can catch a breath. Before we go into everybody else's progress reports, Jacqueline had made a comment right when we went to Power Hour that some say Capote didn't give Lee enough credit for all the help she gave with interviews and research for In Cold Blood. They both traveled out here to Southwest Kansas and stayed while researching. Yeah. It's one of those things, when people start off in the same level, and then one or the other gets promoted, or whatever the case may be, then that little, jealousy thing comes in, and some people can't remain friends after that. And also, too, the person who, gets promoted sometimes forgets who their friends are, and gets all a big head and all that. I can't see Harper Lee being like that, just based on what I know about her personality-wise. But because she seemed very shy. Oh, yeah. Capote was very,
Yes. He lived large. Yeah.
But I even see that, I'm sure you've seen it in workplaces. I saw that like when I worked in the school system. You get somebody, everybody's on the same level as a teacher, and then somebody gets a different position, and then those dynamics change a little bit. What always fascinated me about that is when you have a person that didn't want their position any longer, they quit or whatever, but then they got mad if somebody took that position.
Yep.
I felt like saying, well, who did you think was going to do your work?
Right.
Somebody had to do your work. It wasn't like you could just leave, but it was sort of like they were mad about it, but it was their choice to leave. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So Alexis is at 30% of Way of Kings.
Good.
Jen said that went fast. It's because she was super busy. I did also check Alicia's list. She has a pretty substantial list. I loved her list. It reminds me of my list that I make. But I told her, I was like, she easily could have gotten 8 to 10 tasks on her list done if she was not interrupted. Either by something with the phone, social media, a phone call, or like children or whatever. And then I also did check the Cultivate, and I see what the Cultivate thing is, kind of like a planning system and all that kind of stuff. It reminds me of the brain dump for Artist Way. That's kind of reminds me of. And Shannon got quite a bit written in her story. Woo, gold star. And Swank says, I know what you mean. So I'm thinking about the way too fast. And then I got to page 576, chapter 47. Allie, you're getting close. You're getting close. I just find Jane Austen, you can't read fast.
No.
I can't. I mean, it takes work to read Jane Austen for me.
But not as much as Les Miserables.
Yeah, I haven't even attempted that. I don't even know if I have Les Miserables on my shelf. I don't think I do.
I think you're fine.
I don't know. I have to look and see. 74% in Pride and Prejudice.
Right.
And Allie, only 4 more chapters. I do know with Jane Austen, I think I will prefer to watch her movie adaptations more than read her. At least, like, I'm looking forward to eventually watching Sense and Sensibility and Emma. Those are the only 2 I've read by her. I'm not counting Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
No?
No. I mean, even though it is the story with zombies in it, the zombie aspect, and it's a little bit easier to read the language, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
yeah.
I think I would like the adaptations probably better. And yes, I sent Kat an updated picture of my to-do list, but I completed 11 tasks from my list. Yay, Alicia. I cannot wait to look and see which ones you did.
Yeah.
I love that. And Jen said, I switched laundry and started putting some away. I packed up 2 bags of clothes donations and mapped out and started typing up my student teaching log journal hours. Excellent. You're on fire. Alex says, I'm on 47 out of 61, but thank you for the encouragement.
Oh, good.
Yeah, any progress is great. And make sure you check in your filters for Dyson. I had to clean mine recently. Yeah, my Dyson, it has we bought the one that has the biggest canister because of the dog fur.
Yeah.
Finished my morning pages and learning books. Gold Stalker. Allie said my aunt has a robot vacuum and loves it because before that she went through 4 vacuums in like 2 years. Yeah, I don't think the robot would work for me. My robot would be constantly saying empty, 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 because I have a German Shepherd and a Golden Retriever.
Yeah, that's the trouble with it is I have one and I don't use it as much anymore, but you have to continually either stop and release it or just do it frequently enough that you don't have the backlog of fur. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because the fur,
that's good. And mine gets stuck up in my coffee table, which always bothers me. But
the other thing too is sand. Like the other day, I felt like I was on the beach.
Yeah.
Because our deck, and I think I told y'all this, my husband needs to fix the deck and replace boards on the deck. And he had started taking it apart, and then his mom passed away. And so he was dealing with all of that. And then he and his brother had to take care of her house, and sell it and all that kind of stuff. So it's been in a disrepair for all that time.
Right.
And because of that stuff under the deck, it's very sandy under there. And of course, that's where
accident
Bailey likes to go, and because she's trying to hunt for rabbits.
And well, she should, since they showed up.
And the other day, it looked like, you know how you have like people who are, when they die, they have the crime scene tape around it. Literally, she had laid down, she got up, and there was her sand body. And I'm like, I wish I could capture it on film, because it was literally the outline of her body. I'm like, girl, you in the sand. So yeah, I don't think the vacuum the robot would help me. Good morning, Jamie. Just popping in to wish everyone a good weekend. I hope you have a good day at work, and I hope you enjoyed Michael. She went to go see the Michael Jackson movie.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lady that I follow on Instagram. I think her name is Spooky Ghouls. She does a lot of like horror movie recommendations and stuff, but she's also a huge fan of Michael Jackson. And she posted that she had gone to see Michael Jackson. It was a 10 out of 10 for her. She said the guy who plays Michael Jackson is amazing. And I'm not surprised, because I think that it was the producers or directors or whatever of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yep, it was that, and that's his nephew too. So that
oh, it's Michael Jackson's nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, I saw like she had clips or what. That was another thing I was doing last night, was watching her review on that. Because I also loved Michael Jackson and his music. There's songs that are sung that I can tell you exactly what I was doing at that moment. And one of them is "You Can't Get Enough," woo, or whatever. Skate country, family night with my family, going around the rink on that song. It's just so crazy. But yeah, so now I'm like intrigued about going to see this. So I hope Jamie enjoyed it, because that's what she went to go see.
There are some people that are saying, because I saw it this morning, that are saying that they left out some of the stuff about him that was very unsavory and very, illegal and very difficult for, people who were expecting that they were going to share some of the ways in which he was related to these and being with these children. But I'll tell you this about that, because the same guy did it as did the Elvis thing, right? Right? Is he part of it or somebody?
I don't know.
Well, maybe he didn't. But the sense of that too was that they focused on the good things about Elvis and not the things that, they wanted it to be a sort of a celebration of his career. And I get that. I mean, I think every producer, every writer, everything, director, they all try to, focus on because they only have so much time. Right.
Right.
So, yeah, so I'm not going to go with that, because I get what they're saying. And, those kids were, there was a lot going on there, and there was a lot going on for Michael, but I'd rather remember that happy, good stuff and the way that he moved into the space, rather than, at this point.
Well, and you feel bad in a sense, because no one really 100% knows.
Right.
Michael Jackson and the people who were involved.
Right.
Sad reality about Michael Jackson's situation is I think a lot of people took advantage of him, and they knew that it was a cash grab, and anybody can say anything about anybody.
Yeah.
And whether it's true or not, like you're guilty no matter what.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to convince everybody, even if it came out that it was true, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
In my heart, I want to believe that it is not true, just because of all the other stuff that was good. Yeah, did he do some weird things? I always think about him dangling his baby to the crowd. I'm just like, I understand the excitement of it, but oh my gosh, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But one of the things too is, like, even if there's a baseball player, I can't remember his name right now, and I don't want to say the wrong person's name, but he was accused of doing all this stuff with a woman. Proved she was admitted everything, that she set him up and it was a lie, and he had texts that she wanted him to do. It was just totally proved. But no matter what, he still can't get a contract back in the United States playing baseball, because even though it's proven he's innocent, and I don't even actually like this guy, but even though it's proven that he's innocent, he's still guilty to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't like him for other reasons, for his millennialness, but there's like other things. But for that, it's been proven, but he's still guilty no matter what.
Yeah.
In that.
I can sympathize with that, or empathize with that, I guess, is not the word, but I also empathize with victims of child abuse, because I work in that, that place. But I just think it's the decision that the director and the producers made, so that's the way.
Well, and also too, I mean, I personally don't want to go watch a movie where like that is the focus, because I already heard all about that.
Right. Or the drugs and all the things that he took. And I don't want to.
I'd rather know, like what I would be interested in is the dynamics of the family, like in the beginning, like when it was the Jackson 5 and all that kind of stuff, and how he ended up getting his contracts, and if it shows his creative process. Like that's what I thought is so neat, is like just the creative process of everything. I think that's why I enjoyed Bohemian Rhapsody and also Rocket Man. Both of them I thought were very well done. Movies about that. Never did see any of the Elvis stuff. I don't dislike Elvis. I don't know. It's kind of like the Titanic. I feel like I already know.
If it was something that you like followed and it was current during, like you're saying with the Michael Jackson, we already know all those controversies. We don't need to relive them. And like you're right, Laurie, who, as expensive as movies are, who wants to pay to go watch something completely negative the whole time? It's like you want to have fun and enjoy yourself. That's what you went out for,
Yeah, I agree. So Patrice says, once this live is done, I'll be off to laundry and cleaning out storage room this weekend. You're going to feel so much better when you get that storage room done. Liz, who's not here today, she cleaned out her closet, and it has like really propelled her to like keep going. I'm excited for her, because I think that would be I can't wait to do that. And I've decided that I think I need to get through Zombie-thon, or at least get into Zombie-thon before I start doing any of that stuff. I'm just going to have to tell myself June 1st. Keep reminding myself. Alex said, you definitely can't read fast. I've renewed my book 4 times. Yeah. Alexa's finished her morning momentum routine and 36% in her book. Sadly, my computer is going to die. I did submit a NetGalley ARC. Gold star. Swank read Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters. I still need to read that one. And I want to read Jane Eyre for an ARC. For Jane's, I have only read Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, yeah.
I read Jane Eyre in high school. That was One of
I
our
did.
things we read. And
Yeah.
Anna Karenina. I remember reading Anna Karenina in high school with Miss Khan. Jamie did enjoy it. I thought it was really well done. And oh my God, Kat, we said the same thing. It was like a walk through my life. Yeah, I mean, because if anybody was like MTV, when MTV first came out, Michael Jackson did that revolutionary Thriller video. It was like a
Oh
movie,
God, yeah,
a
that's my
short
favorite.
film. And I remember they told you exactly when Thriller was coming on, like the times,
Yes.
and you wanted to try to catch every time. You just could not get enough of watching the Thriller video. It was so well done. So well done. The movie only went up to 1988. It also seems like they may be trying to do a sequel. That's
Oh, well, then we'll see. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a sad day. Sad day when they announced his passing. And Allie, the audiobook was the only way I got through it. Yeah, I will tell you, I read Sense and Sensibility. The Cozy Cottage Book Club picked it for April one year. And I finished half in April and half in May. And I was like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't like this book. I feel like I didn't really understand it or whatever I was supposed to get out of it. So I reread it for Jane Austen that July. So that was like March or whatever, April, May. And then in July. And in July, I listened to a dramatization of it,
Mm.
read it in tandem, and was like, oh, I like this so much better, so
Mhm.
that's why I think I like adaptations better. Jen says, I'm pretty sure all of the children that came out as adults say Michael Jackson was the only one who protected them from the people who are really abusing them is proof. Okay.
Could be. I didn't know
And
that.
then, yeah, I just think there's so much about it. I don't know. I think it's one of the things that always fascinated me was his relationships, like the people that he had
Yeah.
relationships with. Just
Like,
fascinated me,
yeah.
and that he has children and hopefully his children, can live on. They seem to be doing okay. Jamie said it does focus more on his relationship with each of his parents and his creative process. Okay, good. Yeah, that's really what I would be interested in seeing. And then I'm going to be switching to my audio copy today. Good for you, Allie. Okay, so let's talk about intentions for next week. How is your week looking, Laurie?
I hope better than last for sure. I have a pretty robust list because I didn't get everything done last week, but I got a lot done, I think, for the most part where I was. So I'm going to set up appointments for the referrals that I have, mammograms, all those things you have to do once in a while. I have that to do. I have to complete invoices this week for work, so I make some money. I have to print some things for my youngest granddaughter's birthday party, even though it isn't until August. But, my daughter is very driven to get these things done early. And I need to choose books for Macabre May, which is my read along. You don't read along with me, but whatever this is my category for May for us to read a macabre book. But I also have to pick or want to pick a book for Zombie-thon, and I'm just not really sure what either one of them will be. I need to refill some meds. Request that from my doctor because they're not up for another refill. I'm going to finish this book. Made me think of you, hopefully, because I have book club the first part of May, and maybe Hello Transcriber too, because that was what I listened to today when I was vacuuming. And then I'm going to try to get bookmarks made for the next levels of the work that I'm doing for each month. We read a different book about a different topic. So
Very good. Are you enjoying this project that you?
yes, I really am. Yeah, and a lot of people are sharing what they've been reading and what they're reading, and so that's nice too because I get to see lots of different perspectives of the prompt. But yeah, I do, and I really it's been fun. I think I'm going to do it again next year unless anything changes in between now and then. But yeah,
I was going to say, if you want to dip your toe into a zombie-thon, I would suggest maybe starting with a middle grade, series or a book or whatever. One series that I really enjoy is Dead City by James Ponti. James Ponti's a really good middle grade writer. I mean, I'm basing that only on his Dead City, but I do have a City of Spies, and there's a short Sherlock kind of series I would like to get into, but I have City of Spies. I just haven't started it yet. But Dead City, it has enough zombie-thon flavor to it. I mean, it still has moments in there, but
Mm-hmm.
well written. There's a good story. You have a good cast of characters, a unique spin on zombies, where zombies and humans can live in New York City side by side, kind of thing,
Oh, wow.
with rules, with
Right.
rules. Kind of thing. But I would recommend that. And then I would also recommend Night of the Living Trekkies by Kevin David Anderson. And I can't think of what the other man, Sam Stahl, I think it was the guy who helped co-write with him. But
Okay.
Night of the Living Trekkies is fun. It's more comedy horror, but it's like zombies, Star Trek convention, and then you have all this chaos. But it's a fun one.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but and then there, of course, there are zombie picture books and stuff like that. If you want to even go light,
That is true. Yeah. I think I have one in the kids' bedroom.
yeah, they're a lot of fun. How about you, Lee? What's your week?
I second James Ponti because I love the City Spy series,
Oh,
and
good.
that's one of my favorite middle grade series. And I started the heist one, whatever the other one you said. I can't even remember the name.
Dead Sitting?
No, his other one. It's like it's
there's Sherlock.
Yeah, I just started that one last year too. I like him both. I like James Ponti.
Yeah, he's good. He grabs you right away. I mean, a lot of heartbreak, and action enough in it for a middle grade series. Like, it's not
characters you care. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was one of those series I was sad that it ended, like with the trilogy, because there's only 3 books in the Dead City, but I was sad it ended. So that's why when I got a hold of the City of Spies, I was like, ooh, I'm going to try this
one. I recommend that. I have 3 things. I have The Count of Monte Cristo, which I have to continue to work on. Still celebrating birthdays because everybody was born in April. And I have to gather and put together all my points for Old School April because I haven't done
I have to do that too. I'm glad you said that because that really, I need to.
Yeah.
I'm so afraid I'm going to forget that.
That's why I was like, all right, I really got to start to get all that together because
I've been earning some points too.
Yeah.
I'm keeping track of everything. And there's a part of me that wants to so badly to start my book, my reread of Relic, because it is worth so many points. I just don't know if I can do it, So I have to kind of see if I can fit that in. It would have to be an eyeball read. So I would literally have to set aside the time every day. But it's a fast read. It's not one that it would be hard.
Okay.
It's really easy to get into. I love that series also, but yeah, it's like I just can't let it go because really tomorrow, once the Cozy Cottage Book Club is over for their meeting, I don't have anything to read, and I can't imagine not reading something. I mean, I could go read my short stories book that I have or whatever, and I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily finish my fairy book. It's poetry, so I mean, I could read the poems, but I don't know how much of it I'm gonna absorb. Or whatever. But I did learn something about this fairy book. It's a beautiful book. Like, Laurie, if your granddaughter is a fairy person, she'd probably enjoy it. Or if anybody that loves fairies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she would probably.
I found out in the introduction that all of these pictures of these fairies are based on children, live children that attended her sister's little nursery.
Oh, my goodness.
That's her model, and that's how she drew the fairies in here. So what this book is, it's a compilation of different books that she wrote. Like she had spring flower fairies, fall flower fairies. Well, this is the complete book of all of that compiled together. Kind of like we read the Brambley Hedge stories.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
But anyway, so I have a feeling that one I can still attend the meeting even if I don't finish, because we'll probably talk about her life and if we had a favorite poem and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, So I'm glad you reminded me, Lee, about the points, because when it gets time for the points to have to start cashing in, that's when like I even get more competitive about like I got to do every point that I can get at this point.
Agreed.
Okay, so for me, I know for a fact that I'm attending the Cozy Cottage Book Club tomorrow. I know that I'm hosting OSA sprints, just sprints, specifically for OSA on Monday. I am filming my pile of possibilities on Tuesday, regardless of whatever happens. I mean, I've got everything picked out. I got my outline of what I have to say, so I don't forget anything. So that's going to happen. And what else? Thursday, I want to go volunteer at the Friends of the Library in the morning. I didn't make it last week. I skipped it at Practice Self-Care. And in the afternoon, we're doing our celebration of my friend that passed away. It's her birthday, Thursday. So we're going to do our celebration. Our friends get together and we go to her grave and bring flowers. And then we eat a meal together and just kind of celebrate that. And then Zombie-thon sprints on Friday, because Friday is May 1st. And we're going to be Zombie-thon. So that is what's on my list. I need to finish. I would like to finish my fairy book if I can. And like I said, I have all those OSA films to do. I'm only on letter O. I got to get to Z. It means I got to watch like 2 movies a day until they end.
Yeah, I got to step up my movies as well. I did a lot of gaming this year, a lot of gaming.
Good for you.
Yeah, I think it just depends on where you focus.
Yeah.
You know, it's like determined on what you focus. But I only didn't get to 3 books that was on my pile of possibilities. But if I do Relic, if I can stomach listening to the lady who narrates Nancy Drew, I literally could listen to Nancy Drew to and from Kelsey's Today and be finished, because the audiobook's like 3 hours, I think. And so that's an hour there, hour back, you know, and I could get an hour in getting ready and doing all that kind of stuff. So it's just the narrator.
Can you bump up her speed a little bit and make her sound more tolerable?
No, it's just the way, I don't know. It's the way she does some of the voices, and she's not Laura Linney. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, when you get a really good narrator and then they're replaced, it's hard.
Yep.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what everybody else is up to. Jen says, all my final assignments are due May 5th, so my focus this week is getting everything finalized and turned in. Amen for you. Once you get that turned in, then you can focus on getting finished with school. Alicia's intention for this weekend is to finish her to-do list as much as possible today, reading sprints tomorrow, and starting prepping, thinking about summer break. My kids have about 23 days left of school, which does change the dynamics of what your days look like, Alicia.
Oh, yeah.
And then Allie says, I am going to finish my April TBR pick by May TBR, and the usual bill pay and medication refills type of thing. Sounds good. And then to Alicia, this was to a comment. Alicia had made a comment about Macaulay Culkin, saying that he saved him, took him to Neverland before he got on a plane that later came out it was going to that one island. Yeah, I don't know. So you're saying that Michael Jackson saved him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was probably young at that time. So, you know,
Jamie's confirming that. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Allie said, I'll be thinking of you, Alicia, with summer break coming up and keeping your kids entertained. I'm always impressed with Alicia, because Alicia does themes and all kinds of little things with her kids to, you know, keep them entertained throughout the summer. This week I'm going to tackle things I put off because it made me uncomfortable, but I need to just do it. Yeah.
Nice.
Got this. And intentions for Shannon: finalize retail files and distribute ARC of my next book coming out May 4th, Starling and the Moonblade. prep 3 novellas for beta readers and prep files for retailers and ARCs for June's release.
You're just doing so much. You really are. I'm so impressed.
It's amazing. But she is one, like if you go and to her sprints during the week, Monday through Thursday, she does do a sprint on Friday, but it's like marketing related, but it's still, you have a sprint. She is a little worker bee with all this. She's got it all very organized. And if you like romantasy, you could try it out. Shannon said, also revise and edit Warm Reader Magnet for June's release. Create cover, formatted, and update email automations with the link. Excellent. And then, yes, to Alicia, there are others too. Corey F. Actor, I don't remember which one. Feldman. And you're welcome to Alicia, because Allie was cheering her on. Corey Feldman also spoke up for MJ. Yay. And that is right. I'm starting to think about those themes now. Oh, yeah, for her kids. Very good. And yes, I couldn't remember if it was Feldman. Gotcha. Okay, so we are at the end. I want to say thank you all very, very much. We had a very stimulating conversation in the beginning, rocked and rolled. So we are running, a little bit over today, but I love that. I love that engagement. I hope everyone gets everything done that they want to within reason. If something comes up, as the three of us had this week, that threw a monkey wrench in our plans, remember, self-care is better than trying to push through. And just for the sake of checking something off the box, especially if it's something that is more personal goal that you're trying to get, as opposed to something work related. Right. Sometimes you have to push through if you end up having a deadline or something for work, but hopefully you have someone that's got you back at work, as well. So we do appreciate y'all being here, and, have a wonderful weekend, wonderful week ahead. If you need anything, the Discord is always there for y'all. Let us know what y'all are getting up to. And if y'all discover anything fun or helpful for the rest of us, we'd appreciate that. So until next time, bye.
Bye, everybody.